What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Apothecary Diaries, this time with Season 2, Episode 16, I believe it is. Really good episode last time out. We had Xiao Mao, unfortunately, break the ice. Although that led to a really nice moment, making some nice ice cream, fruity ice cream for Lowland, which is cool. And then we had the second half with there being a slight complication. Well, I say slight, a big complication with Gyoko's pregnancy, which Mao did notice. But yeah, we got Lumen. Yeah, sorry, you guys know I'm bad with the names. But we got him returning to the palace after his disgraceful discharge. We call it. It's essentially like the same thing, I think. Got banished. So he will be returning, which is cool. Thank you guys for the comments last week explaining why the girls had such a bad opinion of him. I kind of forgot from the first season. We also did get another little sneak at the new eunuch. We've had a couple of little scenes at the end of the episodes of them, so I imagine we'll probably get another one today. But yeah, do let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen Lakan and his son yet. They're pretty prominent in this opening. Well, I say that. It's one of the scenes that stand out to me the most. There is that lovely ice cream. Hmm. Oxy what? Oxy combustion. Same. That's the thing. You can't be too mad about this whole situation, even though it was a bit of a mess. Like so much of a mess we had to get Lowman here, but he's obviously more than good enough for this job. It's just like, yeah, Lady Lihua, you don't really want her to go through those horrible experiences again. She deserves a good birth. But yeah, this whole Gyoko situation, not great, was it? Complaint letter already? Which is good considering we literally just opened up some schools for reading and such for the maids. So hopefully a lot of them can read this now. That is what I was just speaking about. Man, he's really doing a lot. Like, he's trying to do as much as he can while he's here, isn't he? which is nice. That's a good question, isn't it? That's a good question. Those girls make too much of a fuss. Ah. I feel like that is just his ideal, isn't he? He's just seemingly just a really selfless guy. Again, I think I mentioned this last week about how if you're a doctor, probably are evil doctors and such out there. I mean, I guess you could. This might be controversial slash political, but I think there are good um reconstructive surgeries to people that have had accidents to their faces and such. But I feel like you could more often than not say people that do Botox and stuff like that are evil doctors. Doctors that do there are doctors out there that do that work and do shoddy jobs for that work, just stuff you with a bunch of absolutely crap chemicals and take a shitload of money off you just because yeah, there's a lot of scammers and stuff like that. So in that area there's probably quite a lot. But I said this last week, there's you got to imagine to get into the industry of being a doctor and be able to handle that, the weight of not just having someone's life literally in your hands, but having their emotions and such as well. It must be heavy. So I think you got to be a really good human being to kind of deal with that and get into that area and progress through that. And again, we see it. That's probably why Loman's so good. I feel like the better you are with that stuff, the probably better doctor you are. It's not probably always the case, but and there's always exceptions to everything in life. But yeah, I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? And for you guys that maybe don't realize who that new eunuch is just yet, an interesting thing that I thought about is the way that they probably got checked. It would make sense that the actual person who that eunuch is would pass that check. If that makes any sense to you guys. I worded that pretty horribly. Apologies. I probably should have just said nothing. We pretty much had issues with all of that stuff. Season one. Seems like some people forgot about that. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true. You see that with everything in life, don't you? People that will just do the opposite of anything that they're said to do. And like, oh yeah, you know what? That's such a bad idea. I'm gonna use that. That's so evil. That's good for me. Anything goes in the previous era. So these are women that have been defiled, as said. Ah, interesting. I guess that. Yeah. I guess that. I guess that makes sense now. I didn't. To be fair, I didn't put this together. I mean, how was I to know any better than these old, like these ladies coming here at a young age and being able to stay for so long being a quite suspicious thing? But I guess you could have, yeah, I guess you probably could have put that together. Maybe there was, I think there was probably clues about this, but interesting, interesting. Let's just watch this. I'll sort out the timer in a second. And I'm assuming she, again, I could be wrong about this, but I'm assuming she learned how to make this abortion medicine, maybe from some of the postings that Lohman put up, but for the reason that if these, like, to help out girls, and not, maybe not so much herself. I'm not sure if she would have been old enough or smart enough to figure this out at such a young age, but maybe to help new girls in regards to the previous emperor, maybe to help the little girls deal with that. I mean, what was happening to them? We've heard terrible stories about them having babies and getting impregnated at such a young age to help them abort it and to not deal with lifelong repercussions of. I mean, they're always going to have lifelong repercussions at that moment. Don't get me wrong, but actually, like physical kind of life-threatening repercussions of that whole situation. So yeah, this actually checks out quite a lot, doesn't it? And it's again, it's like, I mean, it's being used maliciously. It was used maliciously, but I think what she intended to teach these girls was actually was for a good purpose. What I'm trying to say. Or is she using this sinisterly? So she actually intended. Huh. So what I said there was not true. So she's. So is it because she held a grudge against that family now? I assume then. I think that would make sense as well. I mean, who wouldn't? Like I said, like the mental repercussions of all that stuff that happened was and this is pure conjecture on Mao part, but we know her conjecture is usually correct. I always usually take it for fact. But yeah, so yeah, perhaps that was a bit more sinister in terms of like getting some payback, and yeah, that's like I said, I would have seen it as maybe she's doing something nice for the girls, teaching them how to sort themselves out, but no, it doesn't look like it was in this situation. But yeah, you don't really want to judge with this. Like, again, you can take it. They've had such horrible atrocities committed to them. They can deal with it how they like. I mean, obviously, it's wrong to like do what she was doing in terms of poisons and so on. But like again, looking at what happened to her, it's like that equivalent exchange. Something terrible happens, so something terrible comes of that. Again, I've been spoiled in this whole situation, so I won't say anything. But oh, look who it is. She's handsome enough. It is indeed. It is indeed. Okay, the penny's finally dropped. I mean, it even sounds so much like a woman. Wait, what did? So they're in this together, these guys? Interesting. So yeah, the penny's finally dropped again. I realised this a few episodes back. I wasn't spoiled on this. I just figured it out. But there is the situation she was talking about a minute ago with the bug girl. That again, I have been spoiled on, unfortunately. So again, I won't actually discuss anything of that apart from what's been said here, which obviously gives quite a bit away in this regard. And yeah, a lot of identities, as we see with the opening of the mask coming off, a lot of identities kind of being stripped away. This episode looks like the old lady, this eunuch, potentially bug girl, um, and yeah, the old lady here. I wonder why they're working together. Again, my memory really isn't that great of what happened with Surrey last season, but all I can remember really is like some kind of like zombie drug or something like that. Again, my memory's quite hazy because it was about the middle of the season, I believe. It's quite a while ago. I just saw at the time quickly. Apologies for all the pauses, guys. But yeah, we've got some big moments happening right now. Again, this is pretty much like what we see in the opening. A lot of the focus of the opening are on these kind of face reveal masks coming off moments. So yeah, the zombie woman's back. Sweet. She has. shit. Trembling a little bit. Oh shit. Everybody's here. All the masked people are here. Holy shit. Oh, this Sui Ray really doesn't know what she's doing right now. Or perhaps she does. Perhaps she does, actually. Holy crap. Not really a revival medicine, though, is it? Same shit John Kramer used in the Saw movie, probably. But yeah, right now, this is what I've been saying this whole time. Mao Mao, she keeps doing all these jobs. She keeps getting herself into trouble. Eventually, it'll just keep getting worse and worse and more dangerous people keep and this is one of the worst situations yet in that regard. This is, yeah, tense. Tanuki. He's a tanuki, is he? It's Brooke. Ooh. That was almost like a shock of beauty then. You know, you get those um, jump scares. That was almost like a jump scare of beauty right there with the flower. Ooh. Guys, it's fucking terrible. Well, I wonder as well. Oh, yeah. I mean, yes, it is. Is it not safe to assume he's doing that right now? Look how happy he looks. Again, it's really I mean, it's very bitter, but this is like a little bit sweet, isn't it? That whole situation. Very bittersweet. Again, very, very bitter. Come on, man. Let the man get his little game out there. It's amazing, really. I mean, you look back at stuff like this, and I'm not too clued up about it, but people have been recording their games of like shogi and chess and stuff for ages. It's quite incredible, and I really like that, the fact you can like trace back like the skill level and such throughout the years and certain like styles and so on. Sorry, I did just miss that because I was yapping a little bit. Um, so is this some kind of ploy in his investigation? It looks like from Lakan. Yeah, apologies. Like I said, I was just yapping a bit there. But as I said, I really like. It's like history books. It's like the history books for like chess and shogi and this game. Well, I can't remember what he said it was here, but yeah, it's just really cool. I really like that, and obviously nowadays it's kind of more preserved than ever. I think. So you see, looking at the evolution of anything is really cool. As green. He didn't notice it was green. Yeah, I mean, we did not too long ago. We did learn a little bit about colorblind people, didn't we? Okay, again, I'm not really sure what that means exactly, but I know that's like a big thing, if you know what I'm saying. There's some kind of relation to. What the fuck is that? Oh shit. No wonder we didn't hear him talk or hear even any inner thoughts. Wow. Okay. I won't bother sorting out the timer. Why was she standing in for Chinchi? If anyone can let me know, that would be appreciated. But like I said, I don't really understand the what kind of big deal that is that he is colorblind. Like I said, we did hear that people of the Emperor's lineage are, otherwise they wouldn't be able to get the questions right in the kind of maze of the Emperor's stuff that happened earlier on the season. So it's obviously got some kind of big significance, hence why I was quite shocked. But again, I was shocked, but I don't really kind of recognise the significance as of yet. So if any of you guys can help me out with that without spoiling it as well, that would be appreciated if it's all kind of known information. But yeah, again, I'm not sure of the significance, but that was obviously a big moment right there, wasn't it? I imagine it tasted the same, considering it was like I think green grapes do taste slightly different from red grapes, and not to an awful degree. So yeah, interesting. She's been abducted again. Okay. Again, a few things I didn't quite understand this episode. It is quite complex. Like I've been told many times, the whole like, for example, the whole like family trees and such with like the emperor and everybody. And it's really hard to keep that track of that stuff. Not that that's majorly important right now, but like that's just one example of information in this series being a little like it's really complex and it's done really well, but it's hard to remember after like a year or so since like the first season, for example. So yeah, and I'm someone that really loves it. Like I like the show a lot. I'm really into the show. Like there are things that I find out quickly, like about Sure, for example. I caught onto that very quickly. But as I said, there's other bits of information that I just like do avoid in my head a little bit. So yeah, could use a little bit of help if if you guys could. But it's a bit of a shame, honestly. I really like the first half of this episode. That second bit there was cool as well, don't get me wrong, but that ended on a real tense note there, didn't it? I want to see more of that. And as I said during that scene, I wonder if Sue Ray actually realizes. I'm pretty sure she does, but she might not. I wonder if she realizes what she's actually doing there, like not with Mao Mao, but with Bug Girl here. So we'll be investigating the disappearance. And there are those masks. Okay, it's all come together now, isn't it? As I said, really tense sequence during this episode. I do just want to go back to that preview shot. Who's this laughing up here? It looks like the Bug Girl, hair-wise, but is it actually? They don't get like a great look. I'm pretty sure this is her, but why would she be laughing like this? Is that her in this shot here? With Jinchi? Yeah, I think that's her in this shot here. Is that not? Oh, this is. Oh, that's not Jinchi. That's. Oh, so. Okay, so that is Bug Girl and Mao Mao with Sure crossing some bridge. I'm not sure who is behind him, but I assume it's the old woman. Okay. Yeah, looks like we're going to be investigating the disappearance next episode, which is really cool. There's one of those little treats that we saw. Sorry, guys, a bit sniffly. There's one of those treats that we saw earlier this episode that the cat wanted to get to. So that's maybe a little bit of what do you call it? A little bit of a clue left by Mao Mao to. She's smart enough to kind of leave clues towards where their position will be, I think, isn't she? Mao Mao is a bit of a genius, so I think she will leave a few clues towards their location. No idea who this is. I think that's Sure, but she looks there's literally like a fire in her eyes, so yeah, again, very dangerous situation. Again, super excited to see more of it. It was a really tense sequence in this middle section of this episode. A lot of identities both being revealed and kind of masks coming off towards characters' true natures and so on. As I said, I don't really blame all so much this old woman, considering what probably happened to her. Again, it is just conjecture from Mao Mao at this point, but like I said, everything Mao Mao says I do kind of tend to take as fact of the show. I did have a bit of an argument with someone the other day on a discussion about the show, about the fact that there's a lot you can infer and understand from Mao Mao's theories that aren't exactly proven or 100%, but like I said, she's pretty much been spot on the whole time. So I think you're okay to like be 99% sure of whatever Mao Mao says is true is usually the case, and you usually do kind of see the logic and agree with her. So yeah, I've got like, obviously again, it's not what she's doing is not good, but you can understand why someone in her position would want to take like revenge and such. Maybe I'm not getting the kind of full picture of things. As I said, there's certainly details I'm not hugely clued up about from season 1 especially, but yeah, you can understand why should be doing this and kind of setting things up. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what Surei's got going on. Like I said, she's not an awfully memorable. I mean, she's a memorable character, but I don't remember an awful lot about her kind of goals and what she wanted and such was from season 1. So I'll be looking forward to seeing more of this situation next week for sure. Let me know what you guys think about this one down in the comment section. Again, if any of you guys can help me out with a few of those points as well, that would be very much appreciated. Leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you do want to keep up to date with these weekly reactions. And I'll see you guys next time with episode 17.